everyone. We'll take up our polity regarding current affairs and static portion for this year's prelims 2022. So let's begin with our first topic, that is anti-defection law. Now, anti-defection law did not originally belong to the constitution, but it was later added in the constitution via the 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1985. Now, this was done to punish such party members who used to transfer from one party to another, and basically to prevent this Aaya Gaya culture. Now, this emerged back in the era of 1960s. This was basically the story behind the switching of parties by Gaya, who was a member of Haryana Legislative Assembly. He had switched his party thrice within a fortnight. So in order to prevent such kind of practices, which basically degrade the democratic mandate of our country, that's why this particular law was brought into the picture. Now, anti-defection law added a schedule, 10th schedule, to our constitution. And under this 10th schedule of our constitution, who decides upon these anti-defection proceedings? Speaker or the chairman of the house, Speaker of Lok Sabha or chairman of Rajya Sabha, basically the presiding members of the house, they decide upon the proceedings within these laws. Now, this 10th schedule provides 3 criteria for different kinds of members. So first is people who got elected on a party ticket. Political members who got elected on a party ticket. So if they switch their party, then they are disqualified. And also there was another condition regarding 2/3 membership, which was added later. So if less than 2/3 of the people from a particular party, if they defect to another party, then they are disqualified under this particular schedule. But if more than 2/3 members defect to a political party, then it's called a merger. And in this case, the defection does not amount to these particular defection proceedings under the 10th schedule. So first condition is this. Second condition is for the independent members who were not elected on a party ticket. So if they happen to join a party, that's when they are disqualified under 10th schedule. Or if the nominated members of a house, if they join a political party after the passage of 6 months, in that case, they are termed to have defected from this particular party, and that's when defection proceedings are set against these people, and the presiding officer decides upon this. Now, under this 10th schedule, the power of presiding officer, earlier it was said that it was beyond judicial review, but later in Supreme Court clarified that the decision is not beyond the scope of judicial review, and so the decision of speaker or the chairman of the house, these decisions can be modified or can be quashed by Supreme Court. So this was the basic intent behind it, and this was the basic conditions behind 10th schedule. Now, there was earlier a provision regarding split. So in 1985 Act, it allowed for 1/3 or more of the elected members of a party to split from a particular party and join another party without getting disqualified. So earlier a split was allowed, but later in an amendment in 2003, this split was said to be unconstitutional, and instead of that, merger, like I explained earlier, merger was allowed. So when 2/3 of the members, more than 2/3 of the members of a party, when they defect to another party, then they do not get disqualified under this particular act. Now, the only problem there are many problems with this particular act, but the major problem is that it doesn't set a time frame with regard to the decision which the speaker or the chairman have to take. So because of this particular reason, that there is no time frame set for them to take a decision, that's when their discretion comes in, and they often seem to be favoring a particular party over another, whether they basically take a decision very early or they delay their decision according to their party affiliations. So this is anti-defection law.